Here is my soft chalk lesson. My flipped lesson is on soft chalk. I've talked about soft chalk in some of my posts this semester. I like this software. I particularly like it for a number of reasons. One of those reasons is you can see that I have this inline player built here. That actually I have recorded using Audacity my voice to read the text throughout the lesson, so to speak, on the soft chalk software. So it's really nice. It starts automatically. This class that I worked with, especially and observed, is a lot of um, English struggling students and ELLs. So not just ELLs, but those who, are United States citizens born, raised here, but they really struggle with reading, writing. So this is a way that everyone can get the same content, but they get that through, maybe they cannot read the text, but they can get it through me reading it to them. It also lets you embed videos, as you can see here. I embedded a video, a clip from Finding Nemo. So it's very interactive like that. Um, the pages are up here so students can click easily through the lesson. There's also pages at the bottom. When you click,
The right tools are always needed to get a job done.
you can hear that my voice starts. Another feature that I like about this lesson is that I've built in text poppers, and that's a feature of the system SoftChalk as well. Any word that I think might be difficult for these students to understand, might be a vocab word, I can import a text popper, create a text popper, and basically it helps define or provide synonyms for the students. I can also put text poppers on
Fish and
pictures.
tadpoles have gills. Specialized.
Um, I can put pictures, I can take pictures. I've used Snap It here and I've circled components of my images that I wanted to choose to draw attention to them. So here I'm talking about gills. I've actually circled the gills and uploaded that image. So I can upload all of these images as well, which is very nice.
Plants and
On the side, I like SoftTalk because you can add sidebars. So this is a great way to differentiate your instruction. Here I have, if students want to explore more about plant adaptations, clicking here sends them to a website where they can then learn more about that.
trees.
Here's another one. Here's a song. So I thought sometimes learning things help through song helps students a lot. So it's a song, excuse me, set to I've been working on the railroad, but it's all about adaptations and different organisms and their adaptations.
And owls.
Same thing here. So I've used Snagit here. I can do a text popper on an image as well. So not only have I circled the tufts of feathers, I've also talked about why they have their adaptations of big eyes and what the tufts of feather are actually protecting. And in this case, it's protecting their ears. And then I go down here and I've embedded another video and you can see there's another text popper here to kind of let the students know that this is night vision and how an owl would see night.
Bobcats, for example.
Here's some other text poppers that are, excuse me, not text poppers, but sidebars that I put in. Websites and a game about matching teeth for why that's important for that organism to survive, what different teeth structures would do and
A
help.
four-chamber.
Um, One of the other features of SoftChalk is this embedded uh, assessment slash games, I guess, or activities you could call them. This is a jigsaw puzzle, so when I click on it, I'm able to highlight where I want to go. I can click the piece. If it doesn't move, I can move that piece around and say, nope, I want that somewhere else. And then when the students are finished, it creates a puzzle. Here I've told them to actually look at the jigsaw activity, make the puzzle, and then think about how this animal, and in this case the raccoon, could actually, what are some of his or her adaptations?
Low moth.
Again, I have another sidebar that has them testing their animal adaptations through a game. So if you notice, there's lots of different adaptations going on here. It's not just animals, it's plants as well. I wanted to give the students a variety of adaptations to start thinking about. And then finally, their task, their one of their summative tasks is to kind of now show me what they've learned. So rewatch this video if they need to, and then they can go and they can, in their writing journals, science journals, identify either three adaptations for Nemo or his father or a combination of those based on what they see in the video. So going back, using their observation skills, but then also thinking about pages 2 through 9, what did they learn about adaptations? Can they then translate this? My lesson plan then, when it comes into the classroom, we talk a little bit about what they did over the flipped part of the lesson, um, or I should say the tech part of the lesson. Then I come in, I ask them some higher order thinking questions to make sure that it's not just surface level knowledge that they have. So that was very important to me. And then we do this elaboration in class. And basically, I give the scenario that it's the future, it's the year 3000, and it's possible for humans to build planets and genetically engineer or create plants and animals that live on a specific planet, so that they have to use their knowledge of adaptations to now create a new animal that would live on a specific planet that they have chosen to highlight. They do have to do some writing, but I included artistic skills so that those students that maybe don't successfully succeed in core subject knowledge as well, but really strive in the arts, could kind of combine this. It's also a great way, is because English and reading and writing is a difficult component for these students at this particular first grade class. It's a great way to have the students practice their writing by doing some sentences, a few sentences, but also to showcase their knowledge of adaptations through the artistic means of creating that organism. And then I just close with using a post-it note and doing kind of one thing you learned, one thing that so you're a little iffy on or confused about, and one thing that you're really still not sure of at all. This whole lesson is based around UDL principles, methods of representation, action and expression, and engagement. So how these students are learning through this and what particular students in the class are being targeted as a result. And then I have my references. At the bottom here, you'll see that I have my planet environments. So they can choose from 4 planets in our classroom lesson. And then I have also included pictures, backdrops, if you will, that support those planets. So if they pick the first planet, this is what it would look like. Here's some other ones. So a lot of times, if you look back at the actual planet descriptions, they're similar to what we have right now. So the second one is very similar to a desert. So I kind of found this desert picture that represented the description of the planet so that students could then insert their organism into the actual environment. And they were spending more time on the animal that they were creating and less time on the actual um, backdrop drawing of it.